Hi, you're tuned in to Once a Falcon. This is the place where we celebrate the people of UT Permian Basin, alumni, faculty, staff, and even industry leaders who are pushing boundaries, lifting up communities, and proving what it means to be a Falcon.
How's it going, everybody? George Payne here, Director of Alumni Relations and Annual Giving on Once a Falcon podcast. Here, I'm joined by Caleb Pierson. Caleb, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me on here. It's an honor.
It's awesome, man. I'm glad you came on. So just tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, when you graduated, what you graduated with, and a little bit about yourself.
Okay, yeah. My name's Caleb Pierson, like you just mentioned. I'm from Houston, Texas originally. I moved here in about 2021, and I came here on a scholarship for football, and I stayed all 4 years, played football, lived it out. I'm a business management major. I just recently graduated with my bachelor's in 2024 of August, and then I just graduated again with my master's this past August. Right now I am working in HR. I'm in recruiting at Diamondback Energy, and yeah, I've loved it so far. I love it here.
Nice. Well, and you probably just answered this, but with you not being from here, from Houston, you said, what drew you originally to UTPB?
Yeah, I think the first thing that drew me here was the coaches that were here originally recruited me pretty well. At first, I had never heard of this place whenever I was in high school. So obviously, whenever I came on a visit and I got to meet more people and I got to see kind of what this place is about, it drew me closer, and I was like, yeah, this is the place I need to be.
You'd be surprised. That is actually very common answers. Like, a lot of people are like, I've never heard of UT Permian Basin, especially if they're not from this area. It's like I've met a couple alums, and they're from out of the States, and they're just like, I've never heard of UT Permian Basin up until I was getting ready to graduate. Some of them did their research and saw that we were one of the leading schools when it came to like engineering and all these different areas, and so they were like, I'm going to give it a shot. And I mean, they love it around here, so that's awesome. And so eventually, what ended up being the deciding factor for you to stick around and end up finding a job here?
I think what made me want to stick around the most is the people that I met while I was here. I think this is a very unique place, and that's what I like the most about it. There's a lot of nice people here. It's very small, but everyone's for the most part together. And so whenever I did my time here at UTPB, the more people I got to meet, the more people I wanted to stay around. So all my friends I still talk to every day, all my old teammates. So we have a good bond, and it's something I'll never trade.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great area. I mean, I honestly tell everybody, like, I cannot find the level of hospitality anywhere else even around Texas.
Definitely.
Which, even though Texas is known for its hospitality.
Oh yeah.
But it's a unique hospitality around here. So I do enjoy that. And so remembering your time here, what was campus life during your time here at UTPB?
I'd say campus life was very together. I feel like everywhere I went, I knew someone, or not knew someone, but I've seen them before, or I've met them. But yeah, I feel like campus life for the most part was very together. I feel like everybody was very friendly, and it was a good place to be.
Good. And how has that influenced you for like who you've become today?
Oh, I'd say that for the most part, I feel like who I've become today came from the classes that I took. I feel like a very big factor in the decision that I made today was the professors. I liked going into this classroom and actually getting to meet the professor. And so I felt like I had a relationship with them, and that's what made me, like going back to a question earlier, that's what made me want to stay here longer.
That's awesome. And so in your position now, like you're in HR, you're recruiting, what eventually drew you to this position? Because I'm pretty sure originally you weren't thinking, I'm going to be a HR recruiting person.
Definitely.
Right?
Yeah, so I feel like what drew me to it was I did an internship about a year or 2 years ago.
Okay.
Did an internship 2 years ago with Perpetual Oil and Gas, and I did an HR internship, and during that internship I got to experience every part of HR that they offered. So payroll, employee relations, recruiting, and in my time in recruiting, I had the most fun. Like I was like, this is something that I feel like I can do forever. And so I feel like whenever I got to the position that I was in now, to where I was like, okay, I need to kind of figure out where I need to go with my life, figure out what job I want to do. This is what drew me to recruiting. I was like, yep, this is what I want to do.
And then you ended up with Diamondback.
And then, I got lucky. I'm very blessed. Diamondback called, and I was like, I'm jump on this opportunity. Can't pass it up.
That's great to hear. And so, like, what is I know you've only been in the position a short while, but have you had any type of rewarding or challenging parts to your role that you've figured out early on?
Yeah, I feel like the most challenging part that I've had so far is the fact. So Diamondback's a very on-the-spot company. They want to put you in difficult positions and see what you do in them, and I've enjoyed that the most. Like, they've put me in a lot of positions to where they basically put me on the spot and said, learn this, do this, it's all in your hands, now go.
Trial by fire.
Yeah, and I've handled those situations okay for the most part. I feel like I've kind of liked that level of trust from them.
Yeah.
It's grown me into becoming the person I am now, so I feel like it's helped.
I feel like in this area, that's pretty much the level of learning that you have to adapt to, is just trial by fire. They're going to throw you right in and hope that you just learn and kind of grow from it. And it seems to be working, because I mean, most people in this area tend to be very successful.
Definitely.
And so just kind of thinking back, you mentioned like the going into the classrooms and stuff like that. Did you have somebody who made the biggest impact during your time here? A professor, a coach?
Yeah, I'd say Ms. Beza was one that made a huge impact. She helped me a lot, actually. I showed up to her office one day with honestly no clue what to do when it came to resumes and interviews, and she helped me, basically put me on her back. And
Megan, okay.
Megan
Beza.
Yeah,
all righty.
Yeah, she basically got me to where, she basically got me to where I am now. Because when I showed up to her, I was very unaware of how to properly write out a resume or do anything like that, and she gave me tips and walked me step by step through it, and now I'm able to do what I'm doing.
That's great. And for those of you listening, Career Services does offer resume building as well as mock interviews and so much more, and it's open to students and alumni. So if you are looking at sprucing up your resume, hit up Megan Baez and Career Services.
No, seriously.
Shout out there.
Seriously.
And so with that being said, what piece of advice would you give your younger self that could translate to our current students, alumni, community, anybody just looking at either coming into college or about to graduate?
Oh, a piece of advice. I would say to be open to everything. Don't limit yourself to one thing. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier, I never thought that I'd be in recruiting, but when I was younger, not when I was younger, but at that time, I was more so trying to figure out which way I wanted to go, so I was open to learning every side of HR, and that drew me to recruiting, and so that's the biggest tip I feel like that you can transfer over.
And what was the pivot point that kind of just gave you that idea of leaning more into your education? Because you're a UTPB football player as well. You were a former football player, linebacker, and I remember you telling me off camera that you experienced a traumatic injury.
Oh yeah.
And
Definitely.
so what was that kind of just like the pivot point that took you towards I need to concentrate a little bit more on my education and figure out what I want to do there?
Definitely. So a very unique story. I remember we talked about it off camera. It was going to be my last day here before I headed home for the summer.
Yeah.
And we had a workout, and I did end up tearing my quad doing power cleaning. And so that took me away from that season, and that gave me a chance to realize that there is life after football, and I do need to try to kind of figure out what I'm going to do.
Right.
And so I wouldn't say that it completely transformed my mindset, but I would say that it sped it up. It made me be okay, let's hop on this, let's figure out what we want to do. And so I would definitely say that that's the biggest pinpoint, was me getting hurt, sitting out a year, having to kind of regroup and realize what I'm going to do after.
And prior to that injury, what was your mindset? Were you thinking NFL? Were you thinking?
No, I was never that blind. But I mean, I think prior to the injury, I was definitely thinking play out all 4 years without worrying about anything else after. I mean, my parents kept me humble for the most part and told me hey, you do need to figure out what you want to do after. But I never honestly took it. I wouldn't say I never took it serious, but I never jumped on it like I should have.
Right.
But that made me. So I'm very grateful for that.
Awesome. Shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Pierson there.
Yeah, definitely.
And so why do you believe it's important to kind of continue to be involved and connected with your alma mater?
I think it's important because UTPB is a very unique place, like I said. I think it's important because I am a person that is very proud of the things that I've done. And so I'm proud to be a Falcon, and even though we're a smaller university or smaller institution, I think what this place has to bring is unlike any other. And so I'm very excited to be a part of this alumni program. I will sign up for that network as soon as I get the chance. I'm very excited to be a part of that, and I'm very excited to see where this place goes.
Say, Caleb Pierson, excited to be part of the alumni network, just saying.
I am.
Guys, sign up as well. Well, that's all the questions I have right now, but one of the things that we like to do towards the end of our interviews is we like to get to know our interviewee. So I got a couple of rapid fire questions, just a little bit personal, so that way our listeners can get to know you a little bit better. And so what is your favorite pastime?
Pastime, like what to do?
Yeah, just when you're not working, when you're not doing anything, like what do you like to do?
I like to just, honestly, I like to watch football.
College
I like
football?
to watch football. College, NFL, anything.
Who are your teams?
49ers is my NFL team.
You might be hated around this area just a little bit. No, I'm just kidding.
College, I'd say the Falcons, obviously, and then
of course.
Texas A&M. I grew up loving Texas A&M, so that's one of my biggest teams. And then also basketball-wise, I'm a Lakers fan.
Lakers fan.
Very
Can't go wrong there, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very scattered around. People like to say I'm a bandwagon, but I promise you, ever since I was little, I've liked all these teams.
There you go. The proof is there. The proof is there.
Yeah.
We just got to look for it.
Definitely.
Favorite go-to restaurant in the area?
Oh, that's a good one. See, I'm a big picky eater. I eat burgers everywhere. Like if I can go anywhere, and I'm probably gonna get a burger. So if I had to say my favorite restaurant, White House is up there. I'd give Bubba's. Like I'm a very like traditional. Like I'm not a big fancy guy. Like I can go anywhere and eat.
Well, let's put you in a scenario. So getting off of work, you want to grab a burger. Okay. Where's the first place you think of?
I'm going to Whataburger.
Going to Whataburger.
I'm going to Whataburger.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, did you